Greetings everyone, I'm going to talk about conspiracies and how they affect source players.
Greetings! This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
So first off, I want to remind everyone that this is a 3D virtual reality illusionary dream matrix state of being that we are experiencing in this game of life. The experiences that we are having are a direct result of our frequency levels. Now, what you give your attention to, you empower in your life. Conspiracies exist in the red zone, the lower frequency zone, of those who are eating animal meat, flesh, blood, fish, and anything with a heart, and the not so nice aspects and things that can happen within this dream state of being. What you give your attention to, you empower. And what you turn away from no longer has power over you. Now, this goes for conspiracies, be they real or imagined, but I'll tell you, nothing in this illusionary 3D reality that you are experiencing is real. Because you are hooked up in the physical realm experiencing this mind game that you are experiencing. It is a mind game, and it is a frequency game. Your frequency determines the experiences that you are having in this game. Raising your frequency is the only way that you can experience the best life yet. You have been looping this game, this same life, hundreds of times. And this time we're all getting out, but there's other fractals of you on other timelines because you are fractalized into the different timelines. But you need to know that if you are concentrating on what the government is doing, what the reptiles are doing, what the aliens are doing, who's beneficial. Well, let me first of all say that there are no benevolent entities or aliens or reptilians, or there are no benevolent ones in this game. Source players are never any of those things. A source player is a source player. We're never animals. We're never anything. Although we sort of are animals because when we came into the physical realm and we inhabited those bodies, we were considered animals. And somehow in our own minds, we have elevated ourselves within this game. And so we eat the animals. But by eating the animals, we're consenting to having our physical bodies harvested and different things. But that's in a different video. What I'm talking about here is conspiracies. This game has rules. Whatever you give attention to and you give your energy to, you magnify that thing in your life. And you get stuck on whatever frequency that thing is on. So if you're thinking that the governments and FEMA and RFID chips and chemtrails and GMO foods and all of these things, they only exist and only affect and are problems to those who are in the lower frequency realms. Now, this conspiracy thing about people seeing reptile eyes everywhere they look. Come on now. The quality of a video when it is recorded, and then the processing and rendering process, and then the quality of it when it is uploaded on television or YouTube, and then the viewer who is viewing it, if you're viewing it in a low definition version, you're going to get glitches and stuff. If it's a 1080 video, watch it in 1080, but most people don't have the computer that can handle the stream. And another part of this is whatever you think, whatever you believe, you can create it. The double slit experiment about where that ball is going to go through at. When it's watched, it behaves exactly the way the watcher, because the watcher makes it happen. If you're watching a video and all of these people who are putting out all the crap about anything and everything, and they have you watching it and going, really looking and examining it, you're giving energy to it. You are stuck in the lower frequency realms, and you don't even know it. And you're sabotaging yourselves by doing it. This should, above all things, make sense to you. You see, those things only exist on the lower frequency realms. They cannot come to a higher frequency realm at all, ever. They cannot be on the higher frequency realms. If you're on a lower frequency realm and you are giving into that thing and you're creating it in your mind, because this is all a mind game, remember, this is all a mind game, then you are sabotaging yourselves. You are keeping yourselves in the lower frequency realm, and that's the life you're going to experience. Now, stop eating the animals, meat, flesh, blood, fish, and anything with heart so you can escape the lower frequency realm. Stop giving your attention to the news media and television programming. What are they doing? They're further programming you. Get out of religion. Get out of religions. And remove with intent those attachments from you, because those attachments to you have their hooks and they are influencing you. But they are there by your consent. Only by your consent. You have consented to having them there by participating. So you need, with your intent, to remove those things from you. You are a powerful creator. You have more power the higher your frequency goes. But you should be able to, with your intent, step away from these things that is sucking your energy and that you are giving your power to. When you give your power away, you are empowering that thing that you are watching, feeding, and causing to grow more in your life. Make sure it's something beneficial for you as a source player. The soulless ones and entities are in this illusionary realm to misdirect and misguide, and we like to follow the crowds, to be part of the herd, to fit in. And so to do that, then we get sucked into the conspiracies at one time or another. It's okay if you're there, just don't stay there. That's the biggest thing. Don't stay there. Because if you stay there, then the rest of your life is just going to be, I'm going to say it, miserable. You need to raise your frequency to unlock your script and create your best life yet. You raise your frequency, those things don't exist on the frequency planes that are the most desirable to be on. And I'm going to say it. I keep telling people to raise their frequency. There are things happening and coming on the lower frequency realms that you do not want to experience as a source player. But by your consent, and especially now that you know, if you remain on those lower frequencies, then you are going to get all of that and so much more than you want to experience in the lower frequency realm. You do not want to be hanging out down there. Raise your frequency. Get out of the conspiracy range, the red zone of frequency, because conspiracies do not exist in the higher frequency realms, only in the red zones. Now, I'm going to say the red zone has a good definition to it. The red zone, that's the meat zone, that's the anger, rage, hate zone, that's the conspiracy zone, that's the sex, sexuality, sensuality zone, that's the all the worst things that you could think of zones. And it's not any place for a source player to ever be. Raise your frequency. Get out of that. And it's really important now to raise your frequency. More now than ever. And stay in the now moment. Live in the now. Get rid of your fear. Get rid of your worry. Get rid of your live in the now. In your power. Raise your frequency. So you can tap into your source self-awareness and the power that you really are and experience your best life yet. Everyone wants to have a good life. I'm telling you how to get it, how to experience it. But it's up to you. All things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial for a source player. You are creating your life experience right now, in this moment, by your thoughts and your choices. So if you are benefiting from these videos and you haven't become a supporter, you need to consider becoming a supporter because you will unlock so much more for yourself when you do. Now, is everything I have shared here infinite source truth only and not what I think or believe? And that is a yes from my program Pendulum. You need to verify it for yourself. You see, you know all of this stuff deep down inside you. It's locked away. You need your source self connection to be able to know. And when you know, you know. You don't need a pendulum. You don't need anything. Because you have your source self-awareness. You are of a high enough frequency that you have that connection and you know. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.